You're listening to the Business Communicators.
We've got 5 minutes left on the show. We are going to go to our weekly writing prompts, and to save time, I have flipped to a page, and I think this is a good one. This week's prompt: describe your brainstorm sessions. Describe your brainstorm sessions. And Hattie, I know that you are one of the most creative people that I know. So tell me what Hattie does when it comes to brainstorming. What's your process like?
I have brain farts all day. Starting early in the morning when I'm taking a walk around my neighborhood and I'm listening to music. And there may be a certain song that comes on and it'll prompt me, oh, you know what? This is a blog post, or, oh, this is something I need to get up in here and read. So my process is very fluid. I start early in the morning, come up with a lot of different things, and I'll pitch it to myself. Is this something I want to do? I'll pitch it to myself. And why do I want to do it? And how does it need to work? And all of this. And then if I boil it down to 3 things. I may come up with 20 different things, but I'll try to boil it down to 3 things that I can do in one day.
I like it. Thomas, what's your brainstorm and creative process like?
I really have 2. One is probably private, so like Hattie's point. First off, in both of them, I like to set a timeline. So my brainstorm over for personal takes about a week because of the same things. Inspiration hits me like listening to a song, walking, talking to y'all. But I want to say, okay, at the end of this is when we're going to take all the ideas and we're going to start to cull them down, saying, okay, this one's not going to work, this one's going to work, this one's going to work. And then in the work setting, I like to get everybody in the room. Whiteboards are a huge fan of mine. I love whiteboards. And we start putting things out there. And we go through the process of, okay, for the next 10 minutes, no ideas off the table. How crazy can we get? In fact, I prefer how crazy you can get. And then we try to say, okay, then we'll go through the culling process. But my brainstorm sessions is literally no ideas too crazy and setting a deadline or a timeline on it. We're going to end this brainstorm session at XYZ because you want to take it from just a brainstorm to an actual how can we accomplish this.
I think brainstorming and whiteboarding sessions are really good because when you can visualize something, you can see it on a board and you can say, all right, maybe we should talk about this as well. Maybe we should talk about that. So I think that's very helpful. When I'm taking notes at the office, the way my notebook is set up, I've got like a main column where I take, relevant notes to, whatever the meeting is that we're on, whatever the key action items, and then anything that I know that I need to take away, whether maybe it's an action item, but maybe if it's an action item or a new idea, I will take a different color pen, and in the margins, I've got like another line drawn, and then I'll write something in the margins in a completely different color. So I know that all right, that sticks out for a reason. I'll go back and reference that. But like Hattie, for me, music is so incredibly important when it comes to brainstorming. I mean, sometimes I will just put these headphones on, put on Spotify, blast some dance music or some classic rock, and I will just start thinking of different ideas. And then it just goes down to a rabbit hole. And then the next thing I know, it's 4 a.m. and I have to get up at 7:30 in the morning for a meeting. So that's how brainstorming sessions work for me. They can happen at all hours of the day, but unfortunately they seem to mostly happen after midnight, which is probably why I don't sleep the most effectively and why sometimes I text Thomas after midnight. So that's how things happen.
I have the same problem, Austin, and that's why. So I guess on mine, I also like to group them. So I'll do like 3 or 4 brainstorming sessions on certain things at any given time, and I'll find that there will be a common thread that kind of goes through all of them because point A that's not necessarily tied to point C, but there could be something I could take away from it.
So let us know. What's your brainstorming and creative process like? What does it look like? How do you work with teams? How do you work with friends? How do you collaborate? How do you get to that next level? Let us know. Drop it in the comments below.
You've been listening to the Business Communicators.